Hey, Brad Ward, Ward's Auctions and Bud Haynes Auctions. I'm going to buzz you through the restricted and prohibited short guns, not the prohibited long guns. We did that separately for this weekend's auction that's happening right now. And yes, we had intended to do more in-depth walkthroughs. Didn't happen. That's fine. We got some of them done. So wardsauctions.com, bidding right now as we're filming this. And the closing is tomorrow, which is the 24th of April, 2021, starting at 10 in the morning. And that's assuming you're seeing this before. This could be a legacy piece that you're seeing. This has, I won't call it a matching shotgun, but this CZ has these awesome bullet machined grips that came in with a shotgun, a Benelli shotgun or Beretta? I forget. Beretta, I think. Shotgun that has the same basic coloring on that. This has got, very good. I don't want to say low miles. I keep saying it. It's such a stupid thing to say. This one I'm actually quite smitten with. The Colt All-American wasn't a huge commercial success. These were all proved clear before we did this. So just so you know. Comes with the original box, magazines and so on. Some of the features is the straight pullback trigger, and it's double action all the time. And it's different. When you're shooting it, I was weaned on semi-automatics and on 1911 actually. So it's different. So I think it's a great collector piece because of the condition that it is in. We've got several M&Ps. This was in 45. I have one in 9mm that I very much enjoy. So these are good. These are, they're so almost new. There's another M&P. There's no sense in me saying, well, this is in great condition. It's going to be the same thing over and over again. So we've got some infields, and they're well described in your catalog. And so we go through, and so when I say in the catalog, hey, indexing or mechanically appears good, what I'm doing is I'm, in this case where it's double action only, I'm checking the indexing, seeing if it cycles each time and that sort of a thing. Opening, ejecting. So you can read the catalog and sort of extrapolate what the condition is from there. If I say appears to be virtually unused, I mean appears to be virtually unused. And you can take that to mean the bore as well. Because if it's virtually unused, it means I probably had a little peek in the bore and I don't see any issues down there either. So that one's kind of neat because it's in 22 Magnum. This Walther is a full range kit with a couple of extra. You got 3 magazines, you got double pouch, you got the holster, and you got the little pack to go with it on the Walther. And again, I have no reason to think it had a whole lot of use on that one as well. Colt with the single action with the original box for it. Again, I have no doubt that I described this one as being in wonderful mechanical condition, 150A, because it looks like it is. This one's got some aftermarket grips, and the original ones are there. And so it's got, this gentleman was Oriental, and he has the sort of the dragon thing. He had all the swords has all the swords in this sale and the last sale as well. He's moved out of the country. And so not a lot of use on it, I don't think. This one's got sort of the faux silencer, which is kind of fun. James Bond, I don't think I ever used the 1911, but you can go James Bondy if you want on it. And not a lot of use there. Not a lot of use here. We see pieces that are in low use condition. Another German sporting guns, or sporting guns, I think they're called, GSG. And again, doesn't have a lot of use. 22 LR. So nice, affordable way. And if you're shooting 1911 in any of your competition, there's a good, affordable way to get rounds down range with the same feel of piece. On a 12.6, now this one is in 22. No, this is not 22. I was thinking of one that was in 22 short. This is a 12.6 category, so you have to have a ProHib license for it. But, look at the condition on that. That is... I'm probably driving my poor camera guy crazy, Steve, but going too fast or whatever. But, the condition on this is just fantastic. 12.6, unfortunately, ProHib. Somebody specifically asked me, I think this was the one, does it have a firing pin and a spring? And I'm like, what a strange question. Which it does. Right? It does. And I asked him why. I said, strange question. He said for parts. So, does he have parts he's going to make one? No, he's probably going to use parts from that. But then you have another one that doesn't have parts for it. So I'm rambling on. Luger Security 6 also very low use condition in the stainless steel. Some of the older stuff here, again, that's where the condition issue comes in, where I'm describing it. So if I say appears to function reasonably well, yeah, we're doing that. That's reasonably well. But, is it locked up tight? No. Single action, you're going to be a little loose on there. So that's reasonably well. That's not as new condition, but it's reasonably well. But something like this, it's going to say appears virtually unused. Because look at it. I mean, you got no cylinder ring. So when we're saying appears to have had very light use, that's the sort of thing we're talking about. It's had very little use, and so therefore the condition is going to be represented that way. 1,000,000 rounds in this revolver. These are fun. They'll also fit in your holsters and stuff. If you have 586, 686 holstering, it'll fit in there. So those are good pieces. I'm not going to dry-fire that with the 22. Again, like new, we talked about this one. If you haven't already looked at the video specifically on this Luger, then do that on the artillery Luger with the reproduction holster, because there's a little video on that one specifically. Here we go again. Another one that's got sort of the modern feel to it, that it hasn't been used. It honestly, it's got no evidence of any real use. Certainly almost no holster wear. None, I don't think any. So it's like new condition. There is, this was in 357. No, this is the 30 carbine one on the Ruger in 30 carbine caliber. And there's a whole bunch of 30 carbine ammunition. And there's no reason to think that this has been used. I mean, listen to it. Nice, crisp cycling. Lockup is good. This has got low miles. And you get that nice leather holster to go with it. Another 6-shot revolver, or this one's a 6-shot, so this is more of your standard one. I made a joke on Facebook when I first picked it up. And make sure you guys are following us on Facebook on the Firearms page so that you can be caught up. We got people even just registering today, the day before the sale, or yesterday, regulars of ours saying, oh, I didn't know there was a sale. Well, this has been posted on our website for 3 months. So to me, I have very little... not patience. I don't feel very sorry for them, but at the same time, I'm like, I want you guys to have the information. But I made a joke when I picked these up that it was the his and hers version, because you've got the 686 and 357 Magnum, and then you got the 617, I think it is, in 22 long rifle, and I made the joke it was the his and hers. However, I don't know which one was his and which one was hers. I'm not going there. This one here is in really nice condition. Again, the Smith & Wesson. Almost nowhere. Again, you're looking at cylinder ring that hardly exists. No holster wear, maybe the tiniest little bit. Does have the original wooden grips, plus these Hogue ones that are on it. But, I mean, it's like new. It really is like new. So you can hear it, you can see it, you can feel it. We covered that one in a specific video all by itself. In fact, I don't even know why I have a thing that doesn't exist there. Lots of Glocks in the sale. This one is a Model 17 Gen 4, and this one is in 9mm. But again, you can look at it and you can see it hasn't had a whole lot of use on it as well. It's obvious. So it really is a clean sale. This Glock here has a laser on it with a toggle. So a little red laser, toggle on and off on that one. And then, of course, plus your sights. It maybe have had a little bit more use, but I still don't see a bunch of holster wear. Not that you would even have a holster that would hold it with that thing on there. I would have killed to have this back in the 80s. A genuine Colt Mark V Series 70. Yeah, Series 70. Again, almost no use on it. It's got the original box. It probably spent more time in the box than anything else. And so I would have just loved, still a 1911 fan, so I'm all about that. More pieces behind me here. We're going to get these put away. Tomorrow is when we close bidding, and we're still updating little tiny descriptions, but we're basically done. We basically can't answer too many more questions because bidding is going to close soon. But I do definitely appreciate the bids and the questions and the emails and the phone calls, except for the ones that are asking questions that should be obviously answered on your own. I don't appreciate those ones. On behalf of Ward's Auctions and Bud Haynes Auctions, I am Brad Ward. Thanks for watching. wardsauctions.com and 780-451-4549.